Thanks for listening to Middle Aged and Mediocre. I'm Cash.
I'm Joel.
And we are a podcast about all things strange and unusual, death and UFOs, and other creepy,
Cults,
weird, random
ghosts.
There you go.
Yeah. Not just naming things in the room.
Oh my god.
There's a cult of ghosts. I'm in charge of this show now. I'll fucking count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're not in charge. I'm going to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's start the show.
What are we doing?
What were you about to say? What are you doing?
I'm chilling, man.
Okay, what were you about to say?
I don't know.
You said
I'm in charge now.
You finished your countdown and then you started in on something.
I was going to be like, hey, everybody. Welcome to Middle Aged and Mediocre. I'm Joel.
I'm Cash.
This is Cash.
No, I'm Cash.
You're Cash.
You're Joel.
It's good to get these practice ones out of the way
Yeah,
before we really start. Okay. We'll just record then. We'll just warts and all, as they
Raw
say.
dog it the whole way.
Oh, don't say that.
You said warts.
At least put your shirt on before you say it.
No, it's my house. I will not. What's going on, man?
Oh, yeah.
Is this the first time we've... I can't hear anything about the radio, by the way. So.
Turn my headphones up.
Is this the first time we've recorded since I had COVID?
Yeah, probably. Man, I don't know.
We recorded a week.
I think it's been a couple weeks since
I think it's been a mess. I had COVID.
Yep.
And then I think your sister came into town.
Yep, I had
so you did
family
stuff.
Yep.
Okay,
that's right. So, yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
Been 2 weeks. So, we're back.
You had COVID.
Yeah, quote, unquote, COVID.
You didn't die, so I don't know if you really did or not.
I thought I was going to.
Oh, yeah. It was bad?
I tested positive on a Monday morning, and by Tuesday evening, I started to think, oh, okay, I'm going to die.
Wow.
I felt real bad Tuesday evening.
Uh-huh.
And then part of Wednesday afternoon. And then, by Wednesday evening, I was like I never had it.
You were watching Breaking Bad.
I did watch Breaking Bad the entire time I was off.
That's all I know about you having COVID.
I have not watched.
I didn't know you almost died, just that you got into Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Tuesday was...
Maybe you told me and I just didn't care. I just concentrated on the Breaking Bad part.
That's fine. I don't blame you.
You lived.
Yeah, I lived. So
I don't want to...
so in hindsight, you were right to not care.
Uh-huh.
I applaud you for it.
I'm glad you didn't die.
Yeah, I'm...
Pretty happy.
I'm fairly It's
alright. Yeah.
I didn't want to mess... You know what my big thing about dying is? Like, with that kind of situation? I don't want to go mess with all the bullshit, like tubes down my throat and all that. Like, just let me die. Like, I just want to die. I don't want to have to go through an ordeal before I die. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's not fair.
I want to Bob Saget it and just, die in my sleep.
Well, didn't he, fall on his head first?
Yeah, but he still died in his sleep.
Was that later?
I just heard that recently that they think he hit his head and then went to sleep.
And then later while he was sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
Had brain filled with blood as it does.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of shocked mine hasn't up to this point. Mm-hmm. Because I've bounced it off.
Yeah, I've hit my head so many times.
Yeah.
Lots.
So, yeah, I did, like you were saying, I spent my entire COVID week watching Breaking Bad for the first time. Then turned around and watched the Aaron Paul movie about Jesse. Then started watching Better Call Saul. And so now I'm caught up. I'm waiting on season 5 of Better Call Saul.
Yeah, and they're filming season 6 now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm waiting for season 5 to get on Netflix too. So if you're listening, Better Call Saul, harass the people. Hurry up!
Because I got to know what's going on.
I've already forgotten what happens. See, I watch this show so fast, and then I start watching the freshest season. I don't have the best memory, so.
Do you think Breaking Bad's better or Better Call Saul?
Oh. I don't know. I would probably say Breaking Bad just because it seems to have a bigger world and it went for more seasons, and I mean they're both really good shows. I don't know.
I think, having watched them both back to back now, I think Better Call Saul is the better show.
Yeah. So I'm wrong.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I can see why people would think Breaking Bad would be though, because there's more of there's a lot more going on.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's a bigger universe.
bigger,
Although
like,
it's
kind
cool
of
that-
like story arc and everything. And
But it's cool that Better Call Saul is now showing you how like all the seeds were planted
yeah,
for everything.
that makes you like probably watching like that. You probably would see things in Better Call Saul that you would
Yeah.
think of from Breaking Bad. What was the movie called? God, it's
El
really good.
Camino.
Yeah, El Camino.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It's like their way of being like, oh, hey, we really kind of fucked up that whole
Uh-huh.
Jesse ending and didn't really give him any kind of happy ending.
Because in the how did it? Well, it ended in Breaking Bad where he just
He
I don't remember.
Walter comes and like kills the that crew of white
with
supremacists.
like that robot gun or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
out of the trunk. And then
Spoilers.
Jesse gets in the El Camino and drives away.
All right.
Like, I think the last time you see him, he's just like kind of screaming.
Yeah, and that's how the El Camino. Okay,
And
yeah,
then that's
yeah,
how
yeah.
El Camino starts.
All right, yeah.
But man, the whole I hated Walter.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, you just fucking hate Walter.
Fucking
and then
poison kids and shit.
fucking poor Jesse, which he did enough to keep himself involved, but still at the same
Yeah.
time, like they just rained down shit on that dude. It's
Aaron Paul
episode
did
after
it.
episode.
Magnus, bitch.
It is. Yeah, I am. I cannot believe it took me so long to finally watch that.
And I really like the orange-headed guy that kind of joined Breaking Bad in the last couple seasons. He's in the movie, too. I can't remember.
Orange-headed guy.
Redhead guy.
Bill Burr?
No. The young kid that, like, shows that has Jesse, like, tied up and
Oh.
stuff and, like, kind of
It's
guarded over Jesse when he was down the hole.
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, I was going to say Jesse, but I was like, we just said Jesse,
Yeah.
so it's not Jesse.
Yeah, that was, and then he like now he's in everything.
Yeah,
Jesse
that
Plemons is.
guy's the best, man.
But yeah, he's like just a psycho.
Yeah,
Like
he really is.
he's killed that woman, like his cleaning his
Uh-huh,
house cleaning
yeah.
lady or whatever. He's killed her.
He really shined in the movie. I mean, he shined in the series too, I thought, but
Well, so since I watched him like that close, like I watched El Camino right after I finished the last episode of Breaking Bad, and they filmed it like a couple years after the show ended,
yeah.
and Jesse Plemons had put on a lot of weight.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So it's very, like, if you've just watched it, it's
Uh-huh.
very jarring. I'm sure if you watched El Camino after, when it actually came out.
I mean, we talked about this with the Texas Chainsaw movies, but I think maybe we need to watch Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and El Camino just all at once.
I mean, I just did.
Get all three TVs at once. They're all going. I'm really obsessed with this idea.
Study of everything.
Yeah, like all the Transformer movies going on at once on like 4 or 5 TVs in front of you.
We can do it.
We need to try this with
I think we
something.
can. So, we'll have an episode coming out at some point soon. We're going to watch every Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Yeah.
Are we going to do the 2 sequels, or are we just doing, like,
Whatever.
the title
man.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
You're the one with the computer.
Okay, so we're going to watch at least 5 Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. Maybe 7 or 8. I forget how many there are. But we're going to do that, and then we're going to do, like, a huge review episode of the entire franchise.
And I want to just watch them all
We're going to start doing
literally
that. But we
at
talked about
once.
how, like, we just put up enough TVs
Yeah.
to watch them all at once. So if we can figure that out.
And I think at my house, honestly, I have a good 5 that I could get. You
And
know?
I have the rest. I have most of them on DVD.
Yeah. See, I have like DVD players. I mean, I have like a PS2 hooked up to a TV.
Yeah.
My Switch is technically a screen. You could probably find one of the movies on either YouTube or Hulu.
I mean, I have 7 different streaming services, so I'm sure we can find all of them.
We need to do
Yeah.
this.
So we're gonna do that with like various franchises of different genres.
Watch them all at once.
Just to try to do different stuff.
Yeah. And
on
regular
here.
movie reviews, too.
Yeah, we got one. We got a new Real Crime coming up
Uh-huh.
soon. Should be either next episode or the one after that.
Don't pressure me.
That's why I
Don't fucking pressure me!
I just gave you like.
You think Picasso just painted
month's
shit?
worth
And like, yeah. I'm not Picasso, Josh.
I didn't say you weren't work.
It took me like almost a year just to pick out the next real crime. You know, I gotta let that stew a little bit. You know, let it stew in the old brain box, and then we watched it independently of each other the other night.
Yeah.
Because I bought you a copy.
Yeah, but we FaceTimed and watched it together. It was real romantic. It was real sweet.
I sat you right there beside me.
Yeah.
No, you started it before I did, and once I got done with all my shit, I started watching it.
It is a good movie. You'd
Yeah.
watched it before and told me about it.
Yeah.
And
It's
then-
so good, I found it at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah. Well, now I think I mean,
DVDs are.
you find those movies at the
And
gas
it's not the
station.
Dollar Tree anymore. It's the $1.25 tree.
$1.25 store.
And people are really upset about that. Man, I don't like spending extra money either. High gas, high price. Prices on everything's going up. Like that seems to be like the one that people really don't like.
If there's one thing,
It's a Dollar Tree, not a $1.25 tree.
if there's one thing the American people will not stand for,
Yeah.
it's being lied to.
Yeah,
They just won't do it. They
and
won't
I
hear
blame Joe Biden.
it. Why not?
Let's go, Brandon! I saw that flag on the street. Have you seen that? Your neighbor with the ramp that had the Trump flag.
Oh, does he have the Let's Go Brandon flag now?
Yeah, and it's got the NASCAR logo. Because that's where that originated from, was at a race. And it's just the Let's Go Brandon flag. It's all white.
God damn it.
It's like, just fucking, don't be a child. Just say you fucking hate Joe Biden.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck?
Like, I think at least everybody was coming right out and saying, fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah.
There was no, like...
There wasn't a cute way to put it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that guy.
I hate everyone.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get political by any means. I mean, Biden blows, they all fucking suck, whatever. But that's just the dumbest fucking shit.
But yeah, the world's going to hell right now.
$1.25 at the Dollar Tree. All right, prices
That's
are going
a real
up.
issue.
Yeah.
That's a real issue.
It used to be I could take 4 quarters in there and I'd be king for a
It is
day.
a pretty dumb name. I mean, don't call yourself the Dollar Store.
The Dollar Tree.
Or the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
And then...
Like Family Dollar. Like, that's just a low price. And really, their prices aren't that low.
That's kind of a bullshit name for them, too.
It is. Family Dollar. But Dollar Tree, Dollar General, there's a lot of dollar places.
Next thing you're going to tell me 5 and below is going to have something for like 6.
Oh, yeah. They probably do.
And then what?
It's 5 below, unless you go over to this one
These
area.
items, which are all regularly priced. It's almost like the world's just a big lie.
And
nothing
huge
matters.
lie. And yep. That's our
I
episode.
think we solved it. That's the mystery. We did it.
That's our
Is that what we
story.
do here? We solve mysteries?
I think. Been a couple weeks.
Yeah, I saw in football news, because I know...
The Browns?
Football. I'm jealous.
Mark Cooper?
Yeah. Everybody else thinks it's a dumb move for Mark Cooper. But
See, it felt weird to be it for a couple years because the Browns had so much promise, but now I'm back to that phase of being a Browns fan that I'm just expecting it to go wrong.
expecting the worst.
I'm like, all right, well, they got another top receiver, and that's not going to work.
So, yeah.
I mean, $100 million receiver. They traded, like, pretty good 5th and 6th round. And they actually it was just the 5th round pick because their 6th round, they swapped picks in the 6th round. So really they only gave up 1 pick for him. But they had to take on that big contract. But he had more touchdowns last year than all of the Browns receivers combined.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem to be quite the same way as like Odell and a lot of other...
Yeah.
He's not quite as...
But did you hear what happened in Dallas?
Uh-uh.
I don't know if this is true. I read it on Twitter, I think. During, believe it was the playoff game. I could be way off, and you can look this up, Jamie. They got in an argument, and he called Dak Prescott the Black Kirk Cousins.
Amari did?
Yeah, that's what I read. Maybe that was like someone's joke or something. But I'm pretty sure. I thought they had it where they had like a link to like the article talking about it, and that's why the Cowboys like really had to either trade him or release him. Like I don't think him and Dak got along very well. What's he gonna call like the white fucking?
I don't think that actually happened.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no...
Damn, dude, that lived in my head as a real event for a good 4 or 5 days.
No, there's nothing like online about it.
Okay, fuck me.
So
I'm sorry. Was that the NFL news you were gonna bring up, or are you gonna bring up the other NFL news?
that was the NFL news I was going to bring up. What's the
Okay.
other NFL news?
Deshaun Watson was found innocent,
Yeah.
or not guilty, in like the first
dropping
stage
all
of that,
charges.
yeah, with all those the 22 allegations. So like now it says Carolina is pushing hard to trade for him, but Browns are supposedly in talks too. But they told Baker they're going to go with him. So I hope they don't get this. I've never been like super impressed with Deshaun Watson. People call him like top 3 quarterback in the league.
Yeah,
and I just don't.
I don't know. The Browns need to leave Baker there and give everybody a chance.
Yeah.
Instead of the thing they normally do, which is
like
bail out after 1 to 2 years.
Yeah, didn't win a Super Bowl in 2 years. Just no, he only won your first playoff game in 30 years. But.
Yeah, so let's see what we can do next year.
Yeah, he couldn't play with a broken shoulder, so let's get rid of him.
Well, that's football news.
Damn, man, I really wanted Cooper to say that to him.
Why?
I don't know! I love drama. Call me TNT, because I love drama.
I don't even really know what it means. Like, what's wrong with Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins fucking... What's wrong with
He does not blow.
Well, yeah, but he's never going to win a Super Bowl. He's not going to get his team close to a Super Bowl.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe though.
He's adequate.
Sitting on Matt Stafford.
He's fucking Trent Dilfer. He would need the number one fucking defense in the world. And Trent Dilfer, solid quarterback.
Yeah, Matt Stafford did it.
I'm just saying, I used to be able to throw a football a quarter mile.
Okay, well, this is a bitterness thing.
Coach would have just put me in.
If only you could have made it big. You could have been the next Troy Aikman or something.
I could have been Ryan Leaf. I've been watching a lot of Ryan Leaf stuff.
Why?
I don't know. I love drama.
Ryan Leaf was a big deal coming out of college.
Oh yeah, that's what I was watching. Like just the stuff leading up to the draft and like how he gained like 30 pounds before the draft and like just like he told the Colts he didn't want to be drafted by them, like skip their workout, like just stuff I've either forgotten or didn't know.
Yeah,
and he owns it all now. Like he fills in for Rich Eisen a lot. He's on the Rich Eisen show. That's where I've started watching him on YouTube, and just him talking about the quarterbacks coming up. And
I had a bunch of his rookie cards, and I thought he was going to be like the shit.
Yeah, he won like their first 2 games, I think, and then won like one more game over his next career.
Did not go well.
Yeah, he had some really bad games. They were showing like some of his games and just.
But he was a Heisman winner, right?
No, he didn't win the Heisman. He won like the quarterbacks award that year.
Okay.
But he's just a gunslinger, just like a 6'4" kid from Montana.
Yeah.
And
half the time though, you get the Heisman guy, and he's nothing in the NFL.
yeah,
I think more often than not, really.
Yeah, it's
weird how that happens.
Mm-hmm, especially like back that kind of time area, late 90s, mid 90s or so.
The good old days.
Yep, back in my day.
I did go back and watch on Hulu. They have they have like the Dark Side of the Ring about wrestling, and then they have Dark Side of Sports or Dark Side of Football. They've got some interesting episodes on there.
On Hulu?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. Okay. And then there's the Dark Side of the 90s. Apparently, it's like a whole thing Vice does. But yeah, the football one's pretty good. They've got like stuff about the Raiders, just different stuff about concussions and CTE. But yeah, it's a pretty good show. And it shows you a lot of those players from like the 90s and the early 2000s that I kind of forgot about. But all right,
like that one guy. Like that one guy. I forgot about him.
We got a story this week. It is a sad one. It's just, they all are, but this one, like, it's one of those ones where you want to find the people involved.
Yeah.
And like, just do awful, awful things to them.
Is that what you're hoping? That I just like storm out of here after this?
I'm hoping I unleash you onto the world.
So, got a bunch of trigger words in here, but
subliminal messaging.
Well, she was divorced from that idea. I don't know.
I think you speaking about that. I think I get the same sense. I get your sense of like, wasted years or however you want to word it. Because I get it. Because I was thinking about this the other day. When I was in kindergarten or like first grade.
Did you get married in kindergarten or first grade?
No, but I had this. I had a girlfriend. I had a little girlfriend, little girl that I was very into, and
elbow deep.
Nope.
Okay.
Just little pecks on the cheek. And she was, I wanted to be nice to her. My favorite wrestler, of course, at the time, Bret Hart.
Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
Yes, that same one. Her favorite wrestler. This was, we were in kindergarten, so whatever year that would have been, Bret Hart era. Her favorite wrestler was Ludwig Borga.
The lady.
Yep.
Wait, no. Ludwig Borga.
You're thinking Luna Vachon.
Yeah. Ludwig Borga was the big, like, flat top dude.
From Finland.
He was there
like
for,
Brock Lesnar.
He was there for a cup of coffee, as they say.
That was her favorite wrestler. So, me trying to make her understand the error of her ways, I gave her my Bret Hart shirt that I had just gotten.
Oh.
That had been so hard to get a hold of. And I gave it to her because I was like, hey, here, like a good wrestler.
Uh-huh.
And I never saw her again. Or my shirt.
Damn.
And I saw her again, of course, because we went to school together.
Yeah.
But I never saw my shirt again.
And she didn't... You guys weren't boyfriend and girlfriend
Yeah, she took my
anymore.
shirt.
She took your elbow all the way out. No longer elbow.
But, she took my shirt and my heart.
Damn.
So I get it.
Yeah, it's just
I
like
know
that.
you're putting in the work, you're giving everything you got,
Uh-huh.
and then it's gone.
Yep.
So I get it. I miss my
All right,
Bret Hart shirt.
let's get sad. You set a good bar at the top.
All right. Well, let's get into something even sadder. Let's get into this.
That's
this
how I feel
week's
about your
story.
Vader. You know, I just want it.
Quit eyeballing my Vader. I got that. I don't know if you saw me post it on Instagram. That pop there. I thought it was the fucking it's Timothy
How did you do that? I don't understand how.
Oliphant's character on Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I thought I ordered the one that came without the helmet.
Shit, yeah.
But it's nope. It's got the guy. I see you looking at it. That's why I brought it up.
So they posted it. The picture of it is the one without the helmet, but they sent you.
Yeah. When I pre-ordered it. If you go
Yeah.
back and look at it now, it's very clear what I'm actually ordering. But when I pre-ordered it, that's the only picture.
Were
they
you
had.
drunk when you pre-ordered it?
No, I was not.
I don't know.
Not drunk.
Define drunk.
Define drunk.
I
Define
wasn't. I wasn't
is.
crying. If that's what you mean.
All right. So,
First world problems for sure.
this week we're going to talk about the murder of Rachel Burkheimer. At 18, she was a beautiful young lady who was described by her friends and family as funny, very giving, a prankster. She had a smile that could light up the room. She was always getting people's doing a lot for people's birthdays, never forgot a birthday. Would randomly send cards to people, just letting them know she cared about them. She was very outgoing, made friends easily. She lived, worked, and went to high school on the 22,000-acre Tulalip Reservation in the state of Snohomish County in the state of Washington. So she was just a very outgoing person, very bubbly, like us.
Sure.
Cut from the same cloth, really.
I light up a room.
She loved everyone.
With the blood?
She loved everyone. Everyone seemed to love her. So she had a huge social network group. She of actually being with people, not
Friends.
real friends.
And that's what they're called, Josh. They're called friends. That essential group
that
of
not
people
what
that they would do
friends.
activities together with.
Friends. Define this word.
It's not just a show on NBC.
Not anymore. So, when she was a child, her parents thought that she actually might be deaf because she didn't start talking until she was almost 3. But once she started talking, she never quit, is something her father said at one point. She had a huge imagination. She would speak in funny voices to make people laugh. Just a real sweetheart of a girl,
Sure.
Life of the party.
Yeah.
She was theatrical and creative. She had made plans to become a medical technician. She was only 4'11", but her friends would describe her as strong and independent. She had wore 4-inch heels almost everywhere to look taller. She had a beautiful smile, bright blue eyes, turned to every head when she walked through a room. So, kind of painting a picture over here for you.
Sure.
In August 2001...
4'11", 5'3", in her shoes that she likes to wear.
There you go. I like how you did the math there.
Y'all, dude.
So in August
Basic math is
2001,
my jam. Intermediate math.
remember the number? Did you ever play the number cruncher game in school?
I don't think so.
It was to help you learn math. Never played old number cruncher, huh?
I don't know. It's kind of unlocking something. You'll have to show me after.
You would have to bounce to get the right numbers to add up. It would show you what.
Is it on the computer?
Mm-hmm.
See,
One of those old MS-DOS games.
I don't think I did play that then.
It was a good one. I could show you it afterwards. I'm
All
sure
right,
it's
we'll play it. We'll play it. I love math, basic math, adding, subtracting.
Well, you'll love this game. So, in August of 2001, she lost one of her best friends in a horrific car accident. His name.
Oh, just wait, lady. It gets worse. August 2001.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, maybe if she makes it to that. I don't know.
So his name was Corey Haynes, and him and Rachel were.
Corey Haynes?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Haim.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, who's that?
Sorry.
You're like, that's my best friend from back when I lived in Washington
Yeah.
in 2001.
This did make me sad. You knew that. This is what you wanted.
So, yeah, she took his death extremely hard. She put pictures of him all over, like, her dashboard and in her room. She hung his obituary on her bedroom wall. Like, she was mourning.
I mean, most deaths are taken pretty bad.
She seemed to take it, like, she was making shrines almost.
Uh-huh.
Her father said that they were soulmates. It was like a brother and sister relationship. Then, after he dies, within the next year, she loses 6 more friends to death. Like, they died by wrecks, drowning, suicide, and an accidental shooting.
Jesus.
I don't know what the fuck is happening in this little area.
Yeah.
That's all within a year.
They're filling up stats.
Wrecks, drowning, suicide, and an accidental shooting. But she took the death of Corey harder than all the others. Her older sister says that she thinks it's what killed her. Spoiler alert, it is not what killed her.
I was like, what is this episode about? A girl gets sad and dies?
So, but her older sister also said she, was just heartbroken. Just the light in her eyes was gone. Even though
She's shrunken in. She's 4'10".
she's 4'10" now, and what about her with her heels?
Oh, with heels, she'd be 5'2".
Although Corey and Rachel were not in a romantic relationship, they had been inseparable for years. Bill, her father, said that he can't even begin to describe the devastation of that event. It was such a struggle for her. She became severely depressed because of this. Her parents took her to therapy, hoping it would help. She left high school and went to an alternative school, but dropped out pretty soon after. She got a job working at a place called Jimmy's Pizza and Pasta. What do you think they serve there?
Jimmy's Pizza and Pasta.
Yeah.
Hamburgers. Tacos. Ice
But what about the
cream.
specialty dish?
Ooh, specialty dish. Probably
Jimmy's Pizza and
lasagna.
Pasta. Lasagna.
Pasta pizza.
It's just a pasta pizza.
Pasta.
She seemed, though,
Hey, Jimmy, pizza and pasta, can you hold?
she quit her job, though, started babysitting. She
I like when I call and order pizzas, they're going to be like, yeah, I need a name. And I want to be like, you don't have a name?
Better get one, loser.
Yeah! What you put on your application for Little Caesars?
What's that supposed to mean?
How you going to get a job without a name? And I'm like, well,
We'll
you
see
can't
if it
have
hires
mine.
anybody.
Alright, sorry.
So, yeah, she was just kind of like, once full of like a lot of ambition and everything, she now just seemed to kind of have no direction. She just kept slipping into further and further depression. She began using drugs and drifting away from her family. She started using coke and meth.
Oh, see, kids, listen. Just stick to pot, man.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
smoke weed.
Yeah, don't
Every
get into that
day.
meth
If you
shit.
can, every day. It helps. I don't
does.
know. It hurts a lot too, but it helps. Like for this lady, if she's hurting like that, just smoke weed and go watch like Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah. And then
You know,
later,
I mean,
start
you're gonna be sad.
start trying
Like
to
the
yell about
sadness,
Adam
the
Sandler.
sadness still comes back. But that's when you gotta smoke more.
over and over.
Just
again.
continue. Yeah.
Just always have a funny
Push them
movie
feelings down.
playing. Always have a funny movie
Yep.
playing. Don't ever let real life.
Have
enter
2
your
or 3
head.
playing. I think that goes into my idea from earlier.
Yes.
You know, have like 3 or 4 Adam Sandler movies going at once,
Right.
and there's always going to be something zany going on.
And we'll start each one about, like, you start one, let it get about 20 minutes in, start the
Start
next
the- oh, okay,
20 minutes,
yeah.
because that way as one ends,
Cycle
you
them
have all
through.
kinds of time to find your next one.
I would just cycle them, just repeat.
Just the same 3
Sure.
over and over again.
Yep.
All right.
Man, we should become doctors.
Yeah. I think we got some real techniques here.
Something. So she's doing drugs, meth, and coke.
Yeah, so then she starts hanging out with a pretty rough group of people.
It's not church coke and meth?
It's not church.
Listen,
Coke.
if you're gonna do Coke and meth, try to get with the church
Jesus
crowd.
Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the good stuff.
The Jesus Coke.
One of the people involved in this gang was a guy named John Diggy Anderson. Old Diggy.
I hate this kid already.
Diggy, Diggy, Diggy said up jump the boogie, or whatever the lyrics are.
Dicky? Or Diggy?
Diggy, like you're
Diggy. Oh, okay. I still hate him.
Yeah. Diggy.
Okay. I think I hate him more. Like, when it was Dicky, I was like, that's stupid. But then with Diggy, I'm like, no Diggy.
No diggity. So, he was the somewhat leader of a gang called the Northwest Mafia.
If I know one thing about Washington, it's Pete's Pasta and Pizza.
Jimmy's Pizza.
Jimmy's Pizza Pasta.
The gang basically stole drugs.
They'd be in the parking lot. Look, I only got my mom's car till 10.
So, the gang would
Dig out.
The gang would steal drugs, sell some of them, but use most of it. They sat around, played video games, smoked dope, did coke and meth, and partied.
I mean, you had me on those first two.
And then after that, it was like, oh, what are we doing? So, yeah, she starts hanging out with these guys, and her dad.
Maybe they don't even know she's so small. She's just like.
Her dad finds out that she's in a relationship.
They probably call her Shoddy.
Shoddy Burkheimer. So her dad finds out that she's in a relationship with this Diggy. Because
what is a Diggy? I raised you better than this.
Well, he received his phone bill all of a sudden was $640 one day because of the amount of calls that came from the correctional facility in Shelton, Washington.
Oh, Diggy was locked up?
Yeah. So he was behind bars, and Rachel was still with him.
Stand by your man.
And along with the phone calls, she started getting a lot of letters from him. He was insanely jealous. So
not Diggy.
He basically would sit in jail all day and just write her letters, like out of jealousy and shit.
Imagine the things that she's doing.
Yeah. So when he wasn't in jail and he was with her, friends would say that he would do things like he'd sniff her hair and clothing to make sure she hadn't been with another man. Just smelling for his
pee on her
to mark the territory. Yeah.
God, what a dick.
Her sister started seeing bruises on her.
Sisters, if you're out there, you don't gotta put up with that.
Yeah.
Call out your boys. We'll help you out.
We'll hit somebody right in the face with
I'll
a shovel.
fucking punch people.
I'll fuck Diggy up.
Yeah.
Is what I'm like.
Yeah.
If Diggy's listening to this, if old Diggy John Anderson's listening to this, I will fuck you up.
Yeah, fuck
is
you.
what I'm saying. So he's the spoiler alert. He's the bad guy.
He doesn't save the day.
Where am I at here? But yeah, so she started receiving, like, Anderson would threaten her all the time, but she would not leave, this gang and these people she was hanging around with.
Drugs, man. Drugs.
Yeah. So, but she did meet somebody in this gang who was also part of the Northwest Mafia named Maurice Rivas. He was 18. He was trying to get out of this gang. He told her that he just wanted to get out of it and get away from them.
I've seen this movie.
So the two formed kind of a bond, and they had a goal together to get out. So Anderson, though, kind of caught wind of this and figured out what was going on.
He smelled it. He literally caught wind of it. He
literally smelled that there was somebody moving in on his territory, his property, as he would think it. So he ended up telling the rest of the mafia, of Northwest Mafia, that Rachel was passing gang secrets to people that she shouldn't be doing that to. So he was basically trying to get all perpetrating lies against her.
Yeah.
Rachel came to her sister shortly before she'd be gone, and told her how terrified she was of everything. And her sister told her, you need to be stay away from this guy.
Get out of my room.
Be cautious. But Rachel didn't take her advice, And on a September evening in 2002,
like Rachel knows what she needs to do, but obviously
she chose the other.
You get under someone's control and
it's hard to get out.
And
so she goes to a party, and she's
not coming from a good place. I mean, all her friends are dying, and
well, she also doesn't realize that he's been telling all these other people lies about her. So she thinks
lies.
She thinks everybody else is still her buddy and her friend. So she goes to a party with like a group of the mafia members. Maurice was there, so she felt safe. And she was just trying to, hang out with her friends. So John Anderson arrives at the party. Everybody's kind of just sitting around laughing, smoking weed. He gets pissed off and actually starts smacking random people in the face.
Oh.
And just being like a real hostile prick. So guns end up getting drawn out. When the tensions are pretty, high or whatever, Rachel tries to get up and leave. She just wants to get the fuck out of there. But before she can get to the door, Anderson grabs her by the hair, starts hitting her in the face.
Oh.
He knocks her down to the ground, and all of a sudden a bunch of other guys get up and start helping him. So everyone starts just kicking Rachel.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and when when she starts screaming, somebody in the room just turns the stereo up really loud, just to drown out her screams. So they scooped her up, take her out to the garage, gagged her, and taped her, taped her mouth shut.
Yeah.
So she's still, she's still alive, but she's in the garage, pretty beat up. The crew stood around. The crew stood around, like with her being able to hear them talking about maybe gang raping her, but just trying to figure out what they wanted to do next. So they go back in, they eat some pizza, they're playing video games, smoking pot, and she's just laying out there in the garage the whole time.
Oh, man.
So the owner of the house and girlfriend of one of the gang members, her name's Trissa Connor, she comes home from nursing classes. She enters the garage, sees Rachel on the floor, bound and gagged. She goes into the garage and gets a knife and goes back out and tries to cut the tape and stuff loose.
Okay.
As she's doing that, Anderson and a couple other guys came out, stopped her from doing it.
Diggy Kong?
Yeah, old Dicky comes in. He orders her to get the fuck out of the garage, and they start beating Rachel again.
Oh.
So then they take Rachel and put her into a large black duffel bag.
My job, I feel like, is to kind of make jokes about some of this stuff.
This is a tough one.
I can't.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
So they put her inside a large black duffel bag and throw her into the back of a Jeep. So then they drive her way the fuck out into the mountains.
Man, I hope the last vehicle that I ever ride in isn't a Jeep. Just anything but a Jeep.
Anything but a...
Sorry.
Because all Jeep people have their weird shit. So
I think you're not about this Jeep life.
Anderson, a couple other guys, and Maurice, who Rachel considers whatever, he's a part of this. They talked us on the way out to where they're driving. They talked about renting a hotel room to let her get better and then try to figure out what to do. But they decided not to do that and instead drove out to the foothills of the Cascade Mountains. They leave Maurice Rivas there with her while the rest of them all go back to get shovels. So they leave the one guy that's supposed to be like, a really good friend of hers, and their plan is to get out together. They leave him behind to watch her.
Maybe, get the shovels before you...
Right.
I don't know. Look in the garage.
So while they're there, Rachel tells Rivas she knows that she's going to die, and he's the only one that can help her out. According to court documents, Rachel pleaded with him not to kill her, and I don't know if there's a river or something nearby, but she apparently pleaded, told him, whatever he does, don't let her drown to death. That seems to be one of her big, that must have been a pretty big fear for her. Which it is most people, but you kind of rank ways of death.
Yeah,
I think drowning's definitely up there for me.
I just hope that I don't get smothered to death by some titties.
Right. Of all things.
Of all things. Please, Lord, if you're listening, up there, it's me, Joel.
You know, the guy that you don't ever do anything for. If you could just one time.
Just smother me to death with some big old titties.
With your big old titties, God. So she's pleading with Revis.
Bring some of that Jesus Coke. It'll be a party.
She's pleading with him, you know, don't let me drown, don't let me die. You have to help me. You're the only one that can. He tells her, hey, I don't think it's going to go that far.
Yeah.
Is how he, you know. So he, you know, chooses Anderson and the rest of the Northwest Mafia.
Plus, he probably,
her.
he's a fuckboy coward, but in his head, he's probably like, if he did let her go, they're going to come back and be pissed at him.
Yeah.
Little fuck.
So everybody else gets back with the shovels, and Rachel starts, you know, making noise, trying to scream probably. So he takes a shovel and hits the side of the duffel bag as hard as he can. That she's still in.
Oh,
yeah.
She's in a duffel bag?
Yeah, she's still in it. Like, they stuffed her in a duffel bag and threw her in the Jeep.
Because she's still little. Oh,
yeah.
I missed that the first time.
So yeah, she's in this bag, like, just,
man.
whatever. He goes back with a shovel and just hits it as hard as possible. They dig her grave while she's laying there in the dark woods. Revis is just hanging out in the car, smoking and drinking pop.
That's what Diggy do is dig. What if he's, like, just really good at digging? That's how he got his name.
Well, so Diggy's out there. He tells Revis to get out of the car and come help them. And he does. Anderson tells another gang member to get Rachel out of the duffel bag and strip her. They follow orders. They take all of her clothes and her jewelry. According to the detectives, she begged them to let her keep a ring that her best friend Corey had given her. But Anderson told her no. So,
man.
Just
the amount of fear that fucking girl had to feel.
Yeah. With her own grave dug, she tells them that she at least wants to be able to walk to her own grave. So they follow her out to her grave. She steps down into the grave, and Anderson told her to lay face down. So she gets on her knees and starts to pray. And Anderson apparently says, don't worry about that, you're going to be with him soon. And then he shot her in the back of the head until the gun jammed. Then he cleared the jam and emptied the rest of the gun into her, while Revis stood there and just watched it. So then they all start covering the grave, and they all made a secret pact that no one would ever know what happened to her. No one would ever talk about this.
The secret pacts always work.
Always.
They have 100% success rate.
Yes, always. So police are investigating.
You get your pinkies involved, and come on.
You need to get what?
You gotta get your pinkies involved.
Yeah. Or you gotta cut your palm.
Yeah.
And then everybody shakes hands and mixes their blood up. That's
you cut me too deep, Billy.
So yeah, police start investigating. They end up rounding up her friends and everything. Because they somehow figured out.
Hey, maybe that girl in the gang.
Well, they figured out that the Jeep that was involved and that it was registered to this one person, so they start putting the pressure on him. He leads them to the mountains where they found the grave. So yeah, the pact went right out the window.
Well, yeah, it was going good until they asked me about it.
Yeah, so the Jeep belonged to a kid named Matthew Durham. He was 17. He's the one that they put the pressure on. He's the one that led them out to where everything is. And then he tells them...
Folded like a table.
He tells them everything.
Yeah. Good.
So, yeah, he tells them what happened in the garage, that he was ordered to drive them out to where they go. He goes on to tell them...
how do you see something like that and go on?
I wouldn't.
We see that scene in movies a million times,
yeah.
And I know that kind of desensitizes. That's the word.
Yeah.
Thanks. They'll do that to you. But I just feel I can't even wrap my head around actually seeing something like that.
There's no part of me.
I'm like, fuck your secret pact.
Yeah. I mean, the second old Diggy here grabs her, when she's trying to leave, and he grabs her and throws her to the ground.
Yeah,
I'm already done.
Yeah, Like I couldn't imagine. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that. Like just sitting there.
Yeah, that's all I'm watching, and now I'm like, all right, Diggy.
Yeah.
Diggy,
I've been wanting this.
We're gonna have issues now. So I don't know how you get to the point where you're driving the Jeep.
Yeah.
With a person in the duffel bag on the back, knowing
probably whimpering, crying.
What's gonna happen? You know.
Fucking.
So. But yeah, he said that he saw Anderson carry the duffel bag into the woods. He says he heard. So apparently, he's saying that he only stayed by the Jeep.
Yeah,
is what he's saying. But he is saying that he saw him carry the duffel bag into the woods. He said he heard her tell her. He said he heard Anderson tell her to get on her knees. Then he heard the gunshots and saw the muzzle flashes. When everybody came back to the vehicle, they told him not to speak about this to anyone or they'd kill him.
You missed, we made a secret pact. Yeah. So you're in it by proxy.
Right.
But, like, not only did he drive him out there, he drove him out there, went back for shovels, and then went back again. So he had plenty of chances to, like, get away, like, try to alert somebody. Anything. Yeah, this guy needs to go to jail. All of them need to go to jail forever.
Like, think about the girl that came home. It was her house.
Yeah.
So she sees them drive away.
She tries to help. She knows what's going on. Call the fucking cops.
But after they beat her more, put her in a bag, and drive her away, and she doesn't turn and call the cops.
It's not my problem.
So
I gotta work at 6 a.m.
Yeah. So the cops go back. They arrest Rivas, Anderson, and another guy. His last name is Barth. Ultimately, 8 people were convicted of crimes related to her kidnapping and killing.
I've never heard of this.
Received life in prison, including Anderson. The rest are serving substantial time behind bars. On May 21st, 2004,
I hope Diggy gets dug in every night in jail.
Me too.
Fucking prick.
So as Diggy Anderson wiped tears from his eyes, a judge imposed the sentence of life in prison without parole. I'm assuming Washington is like a no death sentence.
Yeah.
Because I would assume he would get it if that was on the table. So the day she was murdered, there's at least 8 people that just ignored doing the right thing. So they're still, he's still in prison. He'll be in there for life. The others all got pretty
What year was this?
I mean,
just
2002 is when it happened.
Oh, that's right, because 2000, because her friend died August 2001, and
I got this
just
story.
A lost girl, 18 years old. That's awful. That is sad.
And that's it just happened. Not many murders have any support. I'm not saying some murders are fine because at least they happen for good reasons. Good reasons. But sometimes there's legit jealousy, emotions. This guy just is an asshole.
Yeah.
And decides that she deserves to die for existing.
He's slapping people at a party.
Yeah.
Like slapping your friends at a party.
Right. So,
cool guy, let's hang out.
Yeah.
Don't forget to fucking invite Diggy over. He's a piece of shit and can't really it's just bizarre that all that whole group of people would just go along with that. She's trading gang secrets. Right.
Well, then supposedly, the Maurice kid who
wanted out
for her to get out.
Yeah.
So he broke that pact. A lot of pacts being made.
If you're gonna make a pact, you better. When this is over, we're gonna make a pact. I'll figure it out.
Well, I'm interested. I'll join pretty much any pact.
Yeah. It just sounds like an adventure.
Yeah. So that's the story. Yeah, Rachel Burkheimer, the unfortunate fucking murder there.
Just smoke pot, and pee on your pot.
I think it's super weird. Like you were saying, with a group of people, but even to me, there's a lot of stories of younger groups of people, and they'll end up killing one of them.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cases of that where a group of people will turn on one of their friends.
Just insecurity.
I can't imagine that shit though. Even when I was younger, this is as soon as any friend started being suggesting that we would all have been yeah, we can't be I can't imagine just being in a group and being able to be talked into going and killing somebody.
Strong-willed though. These are weak-willed, insecure people who just like the way bullying, most of what bullying is, and this kind of bullying, is just they don't want to, if they don't join in the bullying, then it's going to turn around on them.
Yeah.
So they'd rather be there than like. I mean, this is like such an extreme case because they beat this girl and fucking left her out in the garage, and then.
And I guess the other girl probably knew that if she tried to do anything, they'd just beat the shit out of her.
Yeah.
So fear. I guess it's mostly what it is.
People are awful. Everything sucks.
Nothing's good.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah. So we will be back probably next week, I would say.
Probably. I'm not saying definite. Not. It's cool. It's on the end of the world.
Who knows what weird shit will happen within a week.
Yeah.
We got snow today in Parkersburg.
Yeah, it was 80 degrees last Saturday. And we got, there's good 6 inches.
6, 7, 8 inches up there.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
how
I filled that snow up, no problem. You know what I'm saying? That was deep, though.
Yeah. So who knows what the hell will happen in a week?
Yeah.
We
Not
may have
me.
dragons coming back down from the sky, as weird as everything is now. But you think you'll have the real crime, or should we tease it? We'll see.
I did see a story about on the East Coast, spiders are going to start falling out of the sky.
Like the Ebola?
So they're not dragons, but and that scientists don't know how to stop it.
Yeah, but apparently they're not harmful to humans.
Oh.
They're apparently very poisonous, but they can't bite people.
Yeah. But they land on me, and then, like, I'm walking beside a road, and I freak out, and I start trying to get off, and I, like, step out in the road in front of a semi-truck, and then smack, I'm fucking dead.
Yeah, they can't get you that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they're going to drop out of the sky.
That's what I heard, that they would, like, just be flying out of skies on people.
I don't think that's true.
Yep, and Amari Cooper said that Dax Prescott is the white Kirk Cousins. The black Kirk Cousins.
Out of sky. On
Shut up, Jamie.
East Coast. Large parachuting spiders could soon invade.
Where do you think you parachute from? You don't parachute from the ground.
So,
I think these ones are hard. These ones will kill you.
last year in Georgia, the non-native Joro spider, golden webs draped porches, power lines, and mailboxes across at least 25 counties in the state of Georgia.
See, that's like only a couple states away from us.
The spiders are large and eye-catching, about the size of a human adult's palm, with bright yellow, blue, and red coloration, and they can fly. The arachnids form parachutes out of their webs and can travel up to 50 to 100 miles through the wind.
What?
Oh, my God.
And they don't gotta pay these gas prices.
These sons of
These sons of bitches. If it wasn't for us, you couldn't even describe their size. They're human palm
That's
size.
right. How else could you possibly?
You owe us, spiders.
Seeing if I'm still right about them not being poisonous now that I'm reading about this shit.
See, I want that ability. I want to be able to make my own parachute and just fucking be like, whoop, catch the wind.
So it says, some scientists say East Coasters have nothing to worry about. The spiders haven't shown any signs.
Other scientists say one.
Any signs of disturbing local ecosystems. They don't harm humans, and they even eat pests like stink bugs. I do like that.
Yeah, fuck stink bugs.
They're out there catching all the pests we don't want around our home, but not all scientists are as enthusiastic. You really don't know if this is displacing native stuff or not. So personally, I'm not prepared to say that it's not harmful, but I can say that it's not harmful to people or pets. Okay.
So you can't say they're not fucking harmful.
And then somebody said there's really no
Fucking
reason to go around
speak.
actively squishing them. Okay. So, yeah, we got parachuting flying spiders coming.
So just when you're walking along roadsides and a parachuting spider lands on you,
don't kill it.
Don't kill it and don't freak out and we'll step out in front of a semi.
Yeah, because it's completely fine and harmless. Yeah. Probably.
Catch a ride.
Yeah. I want to be able to fly around by things that spurt out of my asshole.
Web out your anus.
Yeah, that sounds fun. All right, well, I'm glad you made me aware that these things are going to be flying around. I just thought they were going to show up like other spiders.
Yep, they parachute.
Didn't know they fucking fly around.
One more thing to worry about.
Great. So we might not be back next week because we might be murdered by flying spiders.
Ooh, fingers crossed.
That's all we need.
Fingers crossed.
All right. You got anything else?
I didn't know.
You had nothing to
I had
begin
nothing to begin with. I brought you a monster.
I like how our episodes seem to start going now direction, but by the end, we're just mad at each other.
Yep. This is all your fault.
That's good. All right. We'll be back next week with something. Bye.